What made you write this?
Get it off my chest. I kept thinking of all this stuff, and I finally decided it was time to just sit down and put it to... Once I write something down, I can forget about it. So I decided just to write it down so I could forget about it. Or move on, I guess would be the word.
Do you feel like you have moved on? From those?
As much as you can, living in a place like this where there's... the general population here is probably more 85-ish than my age, 64-ish. So you get used to hanging around. And everybody's not demented. I mean, there's a lot of people that are really sharp and interesting to talk to and have had interesting lives. So there's a lot of pluses to being here too. But I won't lie, there's a lot of negatives too. But in my situation, I need the help, so I'm at the right place. Now we're into the point pictures.
Oh.
This is me Halloween. It's a blow-up horse. I was a cowboy on a blow-up horse. I think there's pictures of you in here too. This is a little trip that we took. We took a busload of people from the point up to see Teddy. So there's some people in wheelchairs and... See, we're visiting with Jean.
Oh, Jean.
And that's Mary, and that's Margaret. There were several horses there that they could pat. There's Jean.
Where, wait. Oh, that's a nice picture of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as I don't feel teeth, we're doing okay. Here's that horse trailer. This is Steve the cowboy,
Oh.
and he talked to us about training horses. And that, I don't know who that is, but that's, I just forgot her name. Juana Fay. That's Juana Fay. There's Teddy in the arena. There's me in the Tedster.
This was the same visit?
No, this was taken a couple weeks later. This was right before I sold them.
Were you feeling sad? Did you know you were selling them?
No.
Oh.
I didn't have too
These are
much
so
time.
beautiful. Can I see this?
It took some time to realize what was for it to sink in. I knew that the rest of my life I would be traveling a long and bumpy road. I had also assumed that I'd be facing it alone. I expected to be saddened by the prospect of losing my independence and needing help daily. After all, hadn't my mantra been, I have Parkinson's disease, but it doesn't have me? I didn't feel ready to watch the sun set on my life, nor was I ready to begin this process of morphing into a senior citizen.
Who knew that there was a process? Certainly not me.
Is that good foods, Bubba? Yep. He looks really handsome after he eats.
Ooh, do you have a burp?
dance for me and art because I love dancing. I've always loved to dance since I was very little. And started taking class, ballet class, was dancing my whole life, all through my teenage years. And never felt like I was very good at it. I loved it, but I always felt like I didn't measure up. I wasn't very thin. I had good feet for ballet. But I think my biggest setback, the thing that really held me back, was that I didn't have any confidence. I didn't have any esteem. So there was all this sort of emotion and stuff wrapped up in my physical ability. And also how they were perceiving me. I loved to be on stage. I loved the attention of stage. And then at the same time, I never wanted to be seen, really, by anybody. So I once did a dance with a gal, and we did this. Come here. No, stay away. Like, that was like 20 minutes of the dance. But how it feels to be physically disabled, like unable to do what you want with your body. And I haven't experienced that in a really severe way, but it ties into my feelings of feeling like that's what gives me my chutzpah, is that I can do whatever I want physically, and not being able to push him out of my vagina. It was a big blow. Plus he was so little. He wasn't even like a honking kid. But he was in a strange position. So I guess the things I've been thinking about for this and dancing, well, there's a whole lot I've been thinking about because I've been watching Forrest start to move and learn to use his body. And that's really cool. And I love that he has a body, And I think it's neat that his body, he is not his body. His body is his little car, basically, that he gets to ride around in or drive around in for his life. And it's really helped me to have a different perspective on my own body. I don't really think I'm not like bound up in those same body image issues I was when I was 15. I think it's more about, I don't know, I have a new respect for what my body can do. It's pretty amazing. And what's up, bub? Binky? Feels good. Would you like this? Yeah, I need tie-tie. We'll cuddle up. And a little bud. So my Jewish mother-in-law says that there's a thought that all babies are in the land, the space before they're born of all knowing and with creative energy and love and, blah, blah, blah. And they're with the ancestors and they learn all the secrets of the universe. And then right before they're born, their ancestors kiss them right here. And that's why we have our little dimple on above our lip, and takes away that knowledge so that they can come and learn it again in their life. So on the one hand, he has all this like spiritual knowledge, I think, that basically I have to not take away from him, but I have to teach him like he's separate from me. Or I don't have, he'll figure it out over time. And really, we're not separate, right? We are the same, we're connected, all that good stuff.
It's fun to remember. These are good times. You try to share good times with your friends. It's a lot of history. That out there used to be a big pond. It may still be there. It's like it's overgrown with vegetation. I was in the doctor's office and he said he did a couple of tests and the test just were, can you touch your nose and this kind of thing. And he said, in my opinion, you have Parkinson's disease. And so it was a little bit of a shock. So I asked him if it was going to kill me. And he said, not right away. So it was a bit of a shock. And then I went home and looked up on the internet what that meant to have Parkinson's disease. And I was real surprised at the symptoms.
What are some of the symptoms?
Well, part of what I'm having now is the problem with speech. And I'm light sensitive, things people don't think about. The deep brain stimulation helped me with the dyskinesia, which is the going back and forth like Michael J. Fox does. And stiffness. You end up in a wheelchair because you don't have good balance. There's a lot of things you don't think about that affects you.
She sees him laying in the bed alone tonight. Only thin, a touching hymns a crack of light. Pieces of her hair are wrapped around and round his fingers. And he reaches for her side, for any sign of her that lingers. And she says, you are not alone, laying in the light. Put out the fire in your head and lay with me tonight. One of them bullets went straight for the jugular vein. There were people running, a flash of light, then everything changed. Nothing really matters in the end, you know. All the worries over. Don't be afraid for me, my friend. One day we all fall down forever, and you are not alone, laying in the light. Put out the fire